Hello, little math wizards. It's Miss Flam, and I'm back at it again. I am doing math lesson 5, session 3. I'm on page 103 in your math books. Some of you got this lovely packet, and it looks like this. Those of you that don't, it has red and yellow beads. Lesson 5, session 3 says, Delilah, let me back up. Develop. We're working on number partners for 10. So we're still working, we're still growing. That's what develop means. Delilah has 10 beads. 6 are red, the rest are yellow. How many are yellow? How do you know? This is try it. So this is where I want you to get out your beads, get out cotton balls, get out markers and crayons and do 6 of one kind and some more of another to equal a total of 10. If you already know the friend of 10 that goes with 6, good for you. There is a reason for doing this strategy, so please know that you should be working on the strategy. I'm really happy that you know, but this strategy, working this out, is going to help you when you get to harder numbers, when you get to bigger numbers, different equations, things like that. So do it even if you already know it, okay? I know that sounds boring, like me and Mrs. Flam, but it will help you out. Trust me. All right, so you can do this a number of different ways. You can take 2 different colors. Even if you don't have like beads or anything, you can take 2 different colors, markers or crayons, and draw out 6. The first thing you're gonna do though, when you have a word problem is circle the numbers. So you're gonna circle 10, and you're going to circle 6. Now let's read the problem one more time and figure out exactly what we're doing. Delilah has 10 beads, so there's 10 total. 6 are red. The rest, these are subtracting, are yellow. How many are yellow? How do you know? So I'm going to take my 2 colors and just pretend that I don't have beads or anything like that. I know I have 10 total. Again, this is where you should pause and try it on your own because it wants you to try it. If you are then done, you can jump in and watch me and see how I would solve it. 10 total. We're going to pretend that this is red, okay? So 6 are red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I count out 6 because I say that these 6 are, not yellow, but red. There's that short E. Now I'm going to draw black, aka yellow, also known as yellow. We're going to pretend this is yellow until I get to, you guessed it, 10. All right, this is how I'm going to count on to figure it out. Ready? 6, I already know because I did that before. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop because I'm at the number 10. Now I'm going to count my beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I know that there are 6 yellow beads. The E there is long, it says its name, and the A is silent. So in this E is short, red. This E is long, it says its name. When it's long, it says its name, beads. So there are 6 yellow beads. That's one way. Another way you could have solved it is you could have said, okay, there are 10 total beads. So let's draw out 10 total beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I can cross out 6 of them because I know 6 are red. I'm not looking for red, I'm looking for the rest. So this is really subtraction, right? I have 10. I'm going to take away those 6. How many are left? So I have 10. I'm going to cross out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is always how you should do subtraction when you're drawing it because you shouldn't ever erase because then I don't know how many you took away. If you cross it out, I can still see that it was once there and I can see how many you took away. Now I'm going to count how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 minus 6 is 4. Again, oh, I'm so sorry. There are 4 yellow beads. Goodness. And you guys can't say, Miss Flynn, I got it wrong, because I'm recorded. So one way is I drew 6 of one color, red, and I drew the rest until I got to 10. I stopped at 10. Then I counted how many I drew. Here I drew 10 total. I crossed out 6 because this right here, boys and girls, means the rest. Okay, that means I took away those 6. The rest is 4. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Whichever strategy you used works for you. On the next page, as you know, you're going to have model it, which talks about how the book would have solved it. So it repeats the problem because we need to be reading it at least 3 times so we can really figure out what it is asking us to do. Again, Delilah has 10 beads. 6 are red. The rest are yellow. How many are yellow? How do you know? Oh, look, 10 minus 6 equals what? She has a total of 10 beads. She knows 6 are red. How many are yellow? 6 plus what equals 10? This is a fact family, all right? Use counters. Use 10 counters. 6 are red. The rest are yellow. 10 minus 6 equals 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 6 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10. Delilah has 4 yellow beads. So 4 is going to go in all those spots. 10 minus 6 is 4. 4, I'll write it down. Let's see if I can get my marker open. 4 plus 6 equals 10. It's the same as 6 plus 4 equals 10. All right, these are fact families. This is why we worked on fact families so much, because it is all tied together. The subtraction would be 10 minus 6 equals 4. 10 minus 4 equals 6. Same players, different parts. With addition, you end with the biggest number. With subtraction, you start with the biggest number, and then the 6 just bumps around. Hey, I want to be in the middle. Hey, I want to be the caboose. That is a fact family using 10, 6, and 4. 4 and 6 are friends of 10, or as the book says, number partners. Now below in problem number 1, it says connect it. How is your way like model it? How is it different? So this is where you're going to say what you did. If you did what I did, then you can copy my answer for this. If you didn't, then you need to think of a different way. How I would recommend writing down this fact family. This is going to help you. Okay. All right. So model it. What did they do compared to what we did? When we compare, we're taking 2 things and we're saying what's similar and what's different. So we drew our counters, didn't we? I drew mine. They put theirs in a tens frame. Look, I can see that 6 is 5 plus 1. 5, 6. Yep, 5 plus 1 is 6. And then I can see I have 4 down here. 5 plus 5 is 10, but one of those extras is red. All right. Number 2 is on the next page. So just make sure you put in here how is yours the same and how is it different. Then up here on problem number 2, it says, what does the number bond show? Who is right? Oh, there's that "ite" that we talked about last week. Who is right? How do you know? Buzz says 8 plus 2 equals 10. He also says 2 plus 8 equals 10. Boom says 10 minus 2 equals 8. He also says 10 minus 8 equals 2. So what we're looking for is this missing number right here. There are a lot of different ways you can do it. We're going to check both Buzz and we're going to check Boom. And then we'll be able to tell who's right and how we know. All right. So first I'm going to draw what they did. I'm going to draw just the empty fact family, I believe. Question mark. And then they have an 8. And they're saying this gets us to 10. So there's a couple of different ways I can do this, like we just talked about. I can draw 8 of one thing, and then a couple more until I get to 10. I could draw 10 of one thing and cross out 8 and see how many I will have left. Guess what, friends? I'm going to do, you guessed it, both. That way you can really learn the strategy. So I'm going to draw 8. So I'm going to count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8. I just did that. I don't have to count it again. I know it's 8. That's why I labeled it. Now I'm going to count on until I get to 10. So I say count, you say on, count, count. Nice job. So count on with me. 8, 9, 10. I have 2 left over. So now I know it should be a 2. The next strategy you could do is you could draw 10 of something. So here I'm going to draw 10 of something. I'm going to draw 10 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could put it in tens frame style. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see, here's my tens frame. Both models, model is a fancy word for drawing. Both models, remember boys and girls, work. They're both the same. They just look different. Okay. Now I'm going to cross out 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 2 left. Here I have 10. It's a tens frame. It tells me in the title if all of them are full. I know I have 10. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 here plus 5 there is 10. Doubles fact, friends of 10, 5 plus 5. Now I'm going to cross out 8. I have 10. I know this first row is 5 because it's a doubles fact. 5. Cross out those. 6, 7, 8. I have 2 left. So now I know that 8 and 2, no matter which way I did it, equal 10. Those are number partners for 10. Those are friends of 10, however you decide to call it. Now, Buzz says that 8 plus 2 equals 10. And the other friend said something else. When you have a number bond, you are going to add these up. That's the first half of your fact family, right? So that would work. I could say 2 plus 8 equals 10. I could flip it and say 8 plus 2 equals 10, just like I did down here. The opposite works too. Oh my goodness. If you start with 10, you could say 10 minus 2 equals 8. 10 minus 8 equals 2. It just depends on where you start in your number bond. So I could also say 10 minus 2 equals 8. And I could flip it and say 10 minus 8 equals 2. Guess what, boys and girls? We just did the whole fact family. So both Boom and Buzz are correct. So you would say they both are. They did a fact family, didn't they? It's just that one was like, oh, we're going to do the subtraction. And the other one said, oh, this is addition. Are they both right? Can you do addition and subtraction with number bonds? Yes, you can. You can do it all with number bonds. Pretty fun. Number 3 uses a tens frame just like we did here. So if you have your tens frame that Miss Flam handed out, get it out now and pause this video. Or just draw this on a piece of paper, or just use this in your book and you're fine. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and erase problem number 2. So I am ready to go for problem number 3. Okay, So it says number 10. I'm going to read it 3 times. Number 10. 10 stickers in an album. Some are big, one is small. How many are big? Find blank plus 1 equals 10. Start with 1. Draw counters to make 10. Blank plus 1 equals 10. Again, you might know this. Awesome. What I want you to focus on is the strategy. You're using tens frames. So use the strategy. If you want to do this with harder numbers, do 2 tens frames. Do 3 tens frames and use different equations. But what you're focusing on is the strategy. That means filling in the boxes. That means showing your work. You always, always, always need to show your work. All right. So I'm going to read it again. 10 stickers in an album. Circle 10. Circle the numbers. That's the first thing I do. Some are big. 1 is small. Circle 1. How many are big? All right. Here I go. I'm going to draw my tens frame. When I have a tens frame, I know that there are 10. 4. Okay. Here I have 1 small sticker that the book already gave me. All right, I'm going to use the letter B for big. You could use a letter S for sticker, but this is also a sticker. Just the difference between this one and these is that the rest of them are big. Okay, so what they want me to solve is blank plus 1 equals 10. All right, now I'm going to use a B and I'm going to count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I made it to 10. Good. But now I need to count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. You could also look at this and say, gosh, Miss Lamb told me that this is a tens frame and there are 10 in it. There's 1 less because 1 is a small sticker, the rest are big. 1 less than 10, I know, is 9. So there are 9 big stickers in there. Turn the page. Oh my gosh, look at all these tens frames. How many go in a tens frame? 10. How many go in a tens frame? 10. How many go in a tens frame? 10. Are you seeing a pattern? It has the name tens frame for a reason. Okay, we're gonna blaze through these. So use your tens frame in your book. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I'm doing 5 plus blank equals, you guessed it, 10. 10 minus 5 equals blank. The reason why they're doing subtraction is because this is a fact family, and I know that if I can solve 5 plus blank equals 10, I know 10 minus 5 equals blank. All I did was just shuffle them around, same players, different parts. So it says draw counters, use 2 colors. So they're wanting to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh gosh, that's what I was gonna say. You can use counters. I also want you to use those 2 different colors. So I have 5 in the top row. I know, hopefully, that 5 plus 5 is a number partner for 10. I could also just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. This is math class. This is not art class. So I don't want you drawing like elaborate unicorns or jack-o'-lanterns or hearts, or anything crazy like that. This is math. This is dots, X's, color it in quick. All right? So I have 5 up here. Now I'm going to count how many are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 5 equals, 5 plus 5 equals 10. So now I know if I have 10 and I take away these 5, I'm left with 5. That was problem number 4. Now I'm going to do problem number 5. Number 5 says times 7. So 5, 6, 6, 7. So I'm going to do 7 plus blank equals 10. 10 minus 7 equals blank. So now I'm going to color in those because I know as soon as I fill in that whole thing, I have 10 because this is a tens frame. So I'm going to just fill it in and then count the dots. 1, 2, 3. Now I know that 7 plus 3 is 10 and 10 minus 7 is 3. You're doing part of the fact family. The other part would be 3 plus 7 equals 10. 10 minus 3 equals 7. Just very fluid. All right, the next one is 6. So I'm just going to erase 1 because I know 7 minus 1 is 6. There I go. All right, same thing. I want you to color in 6. The top row is 5. You know it's 5 plus 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. Then I'm going to fill in the rest. How many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I know 6 plus 4 is 10 and 10 minus 6 is 4. Again, we're working on the strategy. Some of these may be super easy for you, but just know it's the strategy. If you need to pause and rewind, watch these over and over again, please do. This is only going to help your number sense. Number sense is how well you can add numbers, subtract numbers, how well you know that they work together and why. So you may be able to be like, oh yeah, I'm a Slim. I know that 9 plus 1 is 10. I got it. But why? How can you flip those numbers around? If you're adding and subtracting and you move 1 over here and 1 over there, what do you get? And why? Subtraction and addition are opposites. So knowing those kinds of things, those deeper things are really going to push you. The next 2 pages are practicing. They have the green top. It says practice number partners for 10. Look at the example, then solve problems 1 through 5. Example, find 7 plus blank equals 10. Start with 7. Add counters to make 10. 7 plus 3 equals 10. 10 minus 7 equals 3. Now you're going to do the same thing for down here. Find 5 plus what equals 10. Start with 5. Draw counters to make 10. 5 plus blank equals 10. You're going to keep doing that. So I'm going to get my markers and I'll do it with you. So the first one is 5. So I'm going to erase 1 because I know the whole row is filled in. It's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to fill in with counters. 5. Are you ready? All right, here I go. All right. Well, I'm just filling them in. I don't even have to count. You can count if you want. You know this is 5. You know this is 5 because it told you, it said 5. You have 5 counters. You start with 5. You're going to draw counters to make 10. When they want you to make 10, you are going to fill in this whole tens frame because the whole tens frame is full. It means there are 10. It's in the name. So I drew dots to fill it into. I want you to write this down. Make 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. Yes, we just did this. Is it good practice? Yes. So do it. Congratulations if it's easy for you. That's awesome. That should be a no problem. Okay, I'm going to keep make 10 up there because I want you to always be making 10 and know of make 10. You should know about it. It's a really important skill. So I'm going to put the 10 here, and that tells me that this tens frame is 10 total. Now I'm starting with 1, and I'm going to do 1 plus blank equals 10. I can do blank plus 1 equals 10. 10 minus blank equals 1. 10 minus 1 equals blank. So I have my 1. Oops, I dropped my eraser. And I'm going to count, I'm going to color in until I get to 10. It's a tens frame, so the whole thing is going to be full. Awesome. Now I count how many I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I know that 1 plus 9 is 10. I know 1 plus 9 is 10. I know 9 plus 1 is 10. I also know 10, take away this one, I have 9. If I take away these 9, I have 1 left. Same thing. Same players, different parts. All right. Do the strategy. Show your work. Okay, we're going to keep going. We have 4 and 3. I made the fact family. I did that as extra. You don't have to do that, but I did just because I wanted to. It pushes your thinking the more that you do. So now we're going to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Color in 4. And I know that 4 plus blank equals 10. 10 minus 4 equals 10. Oops. Equals 10. Equals blank. Here I'm just going to do what they told me to do. So 4 counters are colored in. Now we're going to color in the rest to make 10. I'm making 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That time I counted as I went, and I got, this is problem number 3. This will be problem number 4. So I counted as I went because then I don't have to count them again and it's faster. I'll show you how that looks. So now I'm going to use 3 plus blank equals 10 and 10 minus 3 equals blank. Draw my tens frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. Color in 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I don't know how many I'm going to have to fill in, so I'm going to count as I go. If you know how to do this, do it along with me anyway. Here I go. 4, 1, 2, 3. This is not counting on, this is just counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I know 3 plus 7 equals 10. 10 minus 3 equals 7. Alrighty. Great job, boys and girls. Now I'm on problem number 5. Pause it if you need to. What I used to teach my first graders when I taught first grade before is that I would say make 10. So everybody say make 10. You're going to make 10 when you have a tens frame. They want you to make 10. So here's my tens frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 2 counters in it, just like you do in your books. I'm on problem number 5. Right? Number 5 says, draw counters to make 10. See, there I have that make 10 again. Complete the number bond. That's this. Then write 2 equations. Easy peasy. One adding, one subtracting. Addition and subtraction are opposites. That's right. So what I'm going to do is I colored in my 2. Let me find my blue. That rhymes. Where did my blue marker go? That's odd. Just had it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I have my 2. Now I'm going to, they told me, make 10. I say make. You say 10. Make. Good job. So I'm going to make 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I know that 2 plus 8 equals 10. I can flip it and say 8 plus 2 equals 10. I also know that if I have 10 and I take these 2 out, I'm left with these 8. Same thing if I flip it. 10 minus these 8 gets me to 2. Any of those equations will work. I counted, I didn't count on, I drew my 2 because they told me it was 2. And then I just counted how many filled in the spaces until I got to 10. So 1, 2, 3, as I drew it, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't have to count all of these as 10 because why? Because this is a tens frame. There are 10 in a tens frame. I just knew that. So I want you to just know that. Oh, I need to fill in my number bond. Theirs looks like this. 10 and 2. So you're going to fill in 8. 8, 9, 10. 8 plus 2 is 10. All right, you are done. Whew, that was fun. So I hope you guys had as much fun as I did learning about number partners and all the different strategies with 10 frames. Yeah, so good job today, guys, and keep up the good work. I'll see you later.